Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Let's go! Sorry I'm not in my office today, but we have what we have, guys. I'm gonna update you with the recent information coming from the front lines, and we have some of the good news from the Pokrovsk direction, where Ukraine started one more kind of the big counterattack. Actually, I would say Ukraine almost liberated Lysivka village. You may see it over here. Well, before Ukraine started the attack towards Dachinsk, and for today moved towards Lysivka and in this entire area. It is kind of the wide area, I may say. Let's measure the distance, almost 4.2 kilometers. It tells us that Ukraine is quite serious about its counteroffensive operation in Pokrovsk area. So in general, Ukraine has at least 5 of the attack vectors in Pokrovsk area, 2 towards Kotlina from 2 of the directions, Pishana, a single attack vector, and at least 2 of the strikes which were successful recently. Well, yesterday Russia tried to perform their counterattack in Pishana, but it failed for now. If we check out the military map from the Maikov 7.3, he says that Russia tries also to attack in multiple vectors, but all of their attacks for now failed. And in this area, well, it's the most recent Russian attack. My friends, just a short break, which is very important for my channel support.
Hey my friends, Ekster wallet is here. Really like to have the new deals with the sponsor and unboxing new packages. It's always satisfying. So wonder what we have this time. A nice box and wallet inside. Or you may call it a card holder. This time it's a little different, so you may even open it. But still it has the classical mechanism from Ekster, very reliable and easy to use. But inside there is the extra space to put your card, so it's kind of awesome. You can put there even your cash. And this is my card holder from Ekster. I used it for half a year. I upgraded it with many of the tools. And as you can see, mechanism works as a clock all the time. I'm really satisfied with it. But maybe this air tag is a little bulky. It makes the wallet more thicker. That's why I've decided to change back to the Finder cards. As you can see, they're very slim. The idea is the same as for the AirTag, it just takes less space and you can recharge it. It helps you never lose your wallet. So there are many of the accessories on the website of the Ekster wallet. I highly recommend you to check all of that out, and also an opportunity to have good, robust tool which you may use every day, as I use my Ekster wallet. On their website you may also customize of what you really want, change the model, type, color and so on. Ekster is one of those manufacturers that always involve, they produce some of the new stuff every time. And also, guys, it could be a good solution for some sort of the present to your friends and family members. My wife uses this and some of my friends too.
And now, my friends, please don't forget to check out my personal link in the video description just below, where you may get your Ekster wallet. Plus, use my promo code Davydov, where you may get 10% more discount. Ekster, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, and your products are really nice. Alright guys, now let's go back to the front lines. As you can see, Maikov 7.3 also confirms the advancement of the Ukrainian army in Dachinsk and Lysivka. We even have some of the geolocated image presented to us showing the Ukrainian surveillance drone which spotted some of the Russian vehicles. I applied my own censorship for the play, so mostly there were Russian soldiers in the area, I mean infantry forces with just few armored vehicles. So Russia really struggles with their armored vehicles in general on the front lines. That's why they attack mostly with their infantry forces. They move by legs. The confirmation with coordinates was posted on Twitter. Sometimes I also monitor Telegram to get the information even from the Russian publics, because they sometimes show their own losses or the presence of the Ukrainian armed forces. And one more confirmation showing how Russia lost their tank in the area. As for Ukraine, during this offensive there were no losses reported. So for now this operation, I would say, is quite successful, and Russia has absolutely no perspective in the coming future, nearby future, to occupy Pokrovsk, because Ukraine is very serious to defend this settlement, because, as I told you many times, it is very important. And because of that, Russia mostly moves westbound and also in a pocket of Dachne, where Ukrainian soldiers already received the order to withdraw the forces from the main settlements. About the Ukrainian defense, as you can see on the north, there are multiple of the defense lines, but they are not interconnected. However, there is kind of the strong defense line in the western side from the front line. What is happening next? I don't know. But for sure, there are also defense lines. In towards direction, we have the confirmation from the Myko Santis-3 analytic that Ukraine tries to counterattack right in the settlement, right in this kind of the big town. After it was confirmed that this central part is still in a gray zone. Yeah, Russia tries to occupy it, but for now, not successfully. The presence of the Ukrainian armed forces in the central part of Toretsk was geolocated and confirmed by the drone images. So the situation in Toretsk right now is like that. But we also have kind of the concerning news coming from the Kursk region. Before Ukraine started the counterattacks in multiple of the directions, Ukraine moved westbound and also towards Ulanek village. This particular attack was successful for Ukraine in terms of the ground gain, but Ukraine lost many of the vehicles. That's the sad reality of the modern-day war. Every vehicle is a good target for FPV drones. After that, Russians tried to move to Malaya Lokna, but this attack was totally demolished. Russia has numerous of the vehicle losses, as well as they lost the army personnel. However, today Russians moved towards Sverdlikova, and unfortunately this attack for them was quite successful. Let's zoom into the place and let's check out. It was yesterday and it is today. They took this village under their control, and there is actually a danger for Ukrainian army supplies in the Kursk region, because Russians might go and cut this very important road for Ukrainian army supplies in Sudzha. Moreover, Russians already reported the battle for Basovka, Sumskaya Oblast, Ukraine, and they clearly say that they want to go and cut the supply road for Ukrainian army in entire Kursk region. But for this hour, it is hard for me to confirm this information, that there is some sort of the battle for Basovka. Sverdlikova, yeah, definitely there was the confirmation about this village. But next, no. And yes, I tell you that sometimes I get the information from the Russian side, but in many of the cases they spread disinformation, so it should be checked. Now I'm telling you about the possible advancement of the Russian side, which Russians share on their channel. So this information is not legit until it is being confirmed. As for the rest of the front lines, there were just some of the minor changes.
Не взорвались. Сейчас буду их разбирать. И видим, здесь взрывчатка.
Wow. Those are the goggles delivered to the Russian army to operate FPV drones. And as you can see, here is some sort of the TNT. There were a few of the cases with those goggles just went kaboom. And this operation was done by Ukrainian military intelligence. What the Ukrainian side did, it connected with the Russian volunteers, causing them to buy goggles for the Russian drone operators, but inside those goggles there was a special device placed. So Russian volunteers were happy to buy those goggles, and they deliver those to Russian soldiers, and because of that, the outcome for a few of the Russian drone operators, well, it's not very bright for them. So not only Ukrainian intelligence caused Russians some of the losses, but also Ukrainian intelligence earned some of the funds from the Russian volunteers. Remember Israeli pager operation? Well, maybe Ukrainian side was inspired by that. What is this, guys? This is the king of all-terrain vehicles. Like all-terrain vehicle, a standard one quadro, but it's huge. Like, look at the size of it. There are two men standing, and this guy with a steering wheel, if we can call that a steering bar maybe. It's huge and kind of clumsy at the same time. A big, open, slow target, awesome for any sort of the FPV. And here, as you can see, Russians installed some of the electronic warfare, kind of the small one. I haven't seen those before. Maybe they're kind of the powerful, but Ukrainian drones may operate on different frequencies, and Ukraine also uses fiber optic drones, so yeah, this will not help 100%. And now let's go to the front lines. I want to share some of the screenshots with you. Screenshots because of the YouTube policy. The full video is available as usual on my Telegram channel. Here we have Leopard 2 tank, which Ukraine uses a lot. And there is some sort of the Russian tank or BMP. With this video quality, it's really hard to judge. But after Leopard fires, this vehicle is no-go any longer. I think that after all it was the Russian tank because the kaboom is quite significant. They just have ammunition all around the crew inside, so if ammunition starts to detonate, it creates huge, absolutely enormous kaboom, sometimes even sending turret to the space. And it's not the case that Ukraine uses Leopard tanks very close to the enemy. No, it's the attempt of the Russian armored vehicle or tank to move to Ukrainian positions. As you see, not just FPV are doing the job, sometimes even tanks do it. And this is the Russian oil refinery, huge Russian oil refinery facility in Syzran, which was kaboomed by Ukrainian drone. The fire there continues for more than 24 hours. By the time I'm recording this video, Russians still trying to eliminate it. As it was reported, the critical part of the infrastructure was damaged. So for Russia it will be hard to restore it because Russia is still, for this hour, is under the sanctions. An epic video with the Ukrainian Bradley which storms Russian positions. Americans made a very, very capable vehicle. It's been used widely by our best forces in the Kursk region. Plus those vehicles are being deployed in Pokrovsk direction. This American BMP has an outstanding armor. It saves the lives of crew members. Infantry, which it carries really fast, it has a reliable engine, it has firepower. A very, very versatile vehicle and our soldiers just love it. And what's about the Soviet analogs? Well, Russia doesn't have any. Yeah, you may say BMP-2, BMP-3, but it's just total trash compared to Bradley or even Marder. BMP-3 is outstanding only in the Russian propaganda media. Even Russian military bloggers say that it's not a good vehicle. Plus, Russians do not have analogs of M113 infantry transporter vehicle. This is kind of the small one, and our guys put extra drone protection. So Russians do not have those kind of the light vehicles, especially with this huge door at the back, which allows soldiers to leave the vehicle immediately, straight away. Guys, for today I'm not gonna tell a lot about political news because they're coming every day, they're very cringy, and also relative to Ukraine. I guess yesterday with my video I already said enough, so you may understand my position. And today, just dry facts, Kash Patel was voted for the head of FBI by Senate. A very, very controversial figure who is a fanatic of some of the conspiracy theories. So Donald Trump gathers this dream team of incompetent officials which gonna rule America for the next 4 years. And guys, honestly, I'm very scared about America and our world. God save us all. What can I say? People of United Kingdom, many thanks for your awesome support of Ukraine. So there was a poll done among society of British people, and that's what they say relative to the support of the allies. Do you think it's more important for United Kingdom government to support Ukraine or to maintain good relations with the United States of America? All adults took part. It's more important for UK government to support Ukraine, 48%. And next comes, it's more important for United Kingdom government to maintain good relations with the United States, just 20%. Neither 40%, don't know 18. So 48 against 20, and it's not because United Kingdom people do not like United States of America or people of the United States. No, they don't like Donald Trump and his dream team and what they're doing towards UK. Like after all of the bullying from Elon Musk, who puts his nose elsewhere, to Germany, South Africa, United Kingdom, Ukraine, people just got tired of everything of that. Plus, they understand that Donald Trump turned the wrong way. He now supports Russia, and Russia is not popular in the United Kingdom. For this reason, people mostly say Ukraine. So, United Kingdom, cheers to you. You are at the edge of democracy. You are a great supporter of Ukraine, and you're doing awesome job. Plus, British Foreign Minister Lemmy says that with the new negotiations between United States and Russia, the peace is not coming closer. So he doesn't believe, and I guess UK government doesn't believe, that negotiations with Russia would be profitable for Ukraine and for democratic world. So Brits are very competent compared to politicians on the top of the United States nowadays. And guys, about my last video, here is the analytics. So I lost 187 subscribers because I speak what I think about Donald Trump. I expect that more people will unsubscribe, so they unsubscribe here, every time that I say about Donald Trump, especially when I say about him very critically, like over here, people who support Donald Trump unsubscribe. And it is not bad for me, because after all we have a very positive community, and most of the people, they do support what I tell. They may really see of what is happening, and they understand that the United States turned the wrong way. So guys who commented with supportive comments, who continue to support me on Patreon, membership of the channel, buy me a coffee, guys, you're just awesome. And even if you spend your 1 second and put the like to this video, you'll help me a lot. And you know guys, there are many of the anti-Trump protests ongoing in the United States of America, which is the sign that something is not going well for Donald Trump. As you can see, those protests are quite peaceful, they're not storming buildings. That's what MAGA cult did on 6th of January 2020. But in this case, anti-Trump protests are not happening just in Washington, they're all across the country, with different scale obviously, but they're ongoing. And you know guys, there is a pro-Ukrainian meeting in Montreal. Many of the Canadians, ethnical Ukrainians as well, they do support Ukraine. Especially after what Donald Trump said relative to Canada and how he neglected the sovereignty of the country, disrespectfully calling Prime Minister Trudeau a governor. So never ever Canada will be the part of this political circus which is happening in the United States. And Canadians, Ukrainians are with you. We do support your independence and just stay strong. And I just hope that this political madness in the USA will be finished with the next elections, and no critical damage would be done to the United States itself and its relations with other countries. But as we see, after 1 month of presidency of Donald Trump, lots of the connections have been ruined with allies, unfortunately. Yeah, Putin just celebrates in his bunker. A notice from Elon Musk: a significant percentage of the money sent to Ukraine actually ended up benefiting United States politicians, Democratic and some of the Republicans. That's why Zelensky says he only received half the money. So before they were accusing Zelensky for stealing those funds somehow, like we heard this move from the MAGA influencers, but now they blame their own politicians who are in opposition to MAGA. So they basically use Ukrainian topic to fight their own opponents. Classic. Right, breaking news from Israel: there were some of the attacks conducted even in Tel Aviv city. There were multiple of the blasts in the buildings and also in the public transport. Bibi already called for emergency meeting, and it looks like the deal between Hamas and Israel, which was prepared with the help of the Donald Trump influencers, after all doesn't work. And guys, it would be the same with the Russian Federation. And now my friends, please don't forget to check my personal link in the video description just below, where you may get your Ekster wallet. Use my promo code Davydov for extra discount. And now my friends, as usual, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.